How has Ms. Collins contributed to your school's vision and mission?
Well, one of the ways our vision is to make sure that every single child from various communities reach their fullest potential. And so how Mrs. Collins has really impacted that vision is that she has allowed to create differentiated instruction within our classroom. She makes sure that she has a relationship with not only the children, but also with their parents to make sure that the child has the full wraparound services to make sure that they're successful.
What would you say Ms. Collins' greatest area of strength according to the 6 measures of excellence is?
Well, that's hard because Ms. Collins really possesses all of the 6 measures at great depth. However, the one that sticks out the most is academic growth. And why that sticks out most is because Mrs. Collins not only contributes to her own classroom, but she contributes to the school as well. She developed a program with our student work protocol for students to be able, for all the staff to be able to look at standards based on their individual grade, to be able to come together to work collaboratively, to be able to see what the needs of students are from kindergarten to 5th grade. So not just her 4th grade classroom, but every student in this building to reach their highest potential.
Great. How does Ms. Collins equip her students with the skills that build their character?
She helps them by modeling and reinforcing the shared values of justice, integrity, and fun. She lives those values, and when our students display those characteristics, she makes a big deal about it. So the kids even make a big deal about it with one another. When they notice that their peer is doing something that represents integrity, justice, or fun, they also celebrate those successes as well.
Great. This next question has 3 parts. How would you describe the relationship between Ms. Collins and other staff members, students, and parents?
Beautifully. Again, she encompasses all of that. That's what makes her the teacher of the year. She is able to not only build relationships with students, staff, and parents, but she does it in a way that is welcoming. She makes you feel valued. She makes you feel like you are part of a team. And so one way with her staff and her peers, as I mentioned before, her being able to develop the student work protocol, which allows all staff members to contribute to the success of that program. She had to reach out, seek advice, find out what were the rubrics that were necessary at kindergarten. Being that she's a 4th grade teacher, she had to elicit the help of her peers in 5th grade and K through 3 to be able to create this student work protocol. So she works collaboratively with a team. She gives advice, but she also receives advice as well. She works very well with her students in differentiating the programs and meeting the needs of the students. She meets and has private conferences with them. She makes sure that they understand their data and they know how to move forward. So not just sitting saying, here's your data, but what's our next steps in looking at data? She has data on data. So when she meets with her students, they know it inside and out just like she does. She also translates that to parents. When she's meeting with parents, it is not uncommon that she's talking about the data to the place where the parents understand what the students should know as well.
That's great. I like how you said she has data on data. That's good. How does this teacher promote shared values in her classroom?
How she promotes in her classroom is not only is it posted and recognized and reinforced again, it is something that she makes a big deal about, like we do in our classroom. We celebrate here at Imagine Penn Hills. We celebrate our students monthly. So she puts a lot of ownership on the children as a community to say our shared value for this month or our character trait for this month is honesty, and we make sure that we look for those characteristics. She doesn't leave it to the character ed teacher to work on that characteristic, but she makes it part of her everyday practice in the classroom to talk about and think or speak on opportunities for honesty.
Great. And this is the last question. What are some examples of Ms. Collins' educational, instructional strengths or philosophy?
One of her strengths, mainly, again, I can't say it enough, is her data-driven focus. She not only has data, again, on her academic performance, but also on the characteristics. Keeping a monitor and thinking about the students' academic is one aspect, but also their behavioral piece. Making sure that she's not only suggesting and having that conversation with parents about the needs of staying on task, staying focused, being attentive. She causes the children to own their work and own their behavior as well. So it's not okay to be off task. Your learning is your learning, and no one else can change that. So she causes them to have to be responsible for what it is that they have to do academically as well as what they have to do socially. So having them be reminded of the focus for the class and the routines and procedures for the classrooms as well.
Thank you.